Hi, everybody. I'm Todd McKim, along with the coach, and welcome to this week's show. We'll take a look back at that big victory over the Huskies at Autzen Stadium. What an exciting finish we had there. Preview next week's game against Arizona. Takes on even more importance. And also be joined later in the program by Danny O'Neill, who quarterbacked the Ducks to a come-from-behind win with that big drive in the fourth quarter to put the Ducks ahead for good. Well, Coach, that was a great game, a great atmosphere, a sellout crowd, a wonderful day at Autzen Stadium, and it's one that I'm sure that you and your players and the fans will remember for a long, long time.
Well, I'll tell you, the people that came to that game got their money's worth right down to the bitter end, and a lot of big plays in the kicking game, offense, defense, excitement, emotional swings up and down, and it was a great college football game. And the good news is, Todd, I can sit here and smile about it because we ended up winning it.
It was a great game. Hard to imagine going into the final drive that you had offensively with a little over 100 yards, yet with that drive, 98 yards against a good Washington defense, your team is able to come away with a win.
Well, it's a shame we were in that position. Our only turnover of the day bounced off of Dwayne Jones' chest, and Washington intercepts it to get the short field 29-yard line, take it in for the go-ahead score. And I think they felt that that would be the winning score. And certainly after a 15-yard penalty assessed on us after the extra point, we get the ball starting on the 2-yard line. It didn't look good, but we came out throwing out of the end zone, and Danny completed a big pass to Damron Ricketts on first down and got us out of the shadow of our own end zone. And then we executed a great drive. Danny threw the ball well, scrambled well, and audibled well for the final touchdown, ironically, to Dwayne Jones to stick it across. And then it was hang on to your pants because the Huskies came right back down the field, converted a 4th down, a 3rd down, and then set up the dramatic play by Kenny Wheaton.
And what can you say about Kenny Wheaton that you haven't said already this year? This guy has just made play after play after play. And, I mean, there are a lot of plays that have been made at Autzen Stadium, but I'm sure that interception for a touchdown to seal a victory will be remembered as much as any other.
Well, I would think so. As storied as the rivalry is with the Huskies and the lack of success we've had in recent years, it is a nice win and a great reward for a group of young men that have battled hard and practiced hard. And it's ironic that a lot of the young players stepped up to be major factors in this. Damron Ricketts had a major role in it. Matt Belden had a major role in it, freshman, sophomore. Kenny Wheaton obviously had a pretty good role in it. And a very young, again, offensive line and a young defensive front. I thought that there were a lot of people that stepped up and made some outstanding plays. The interception by Alex Molden in the first quarter was a big key, too, to get us the short field that we could capitalize on for a touchdown.
You did a good job against Napoleon Kaufman. I'm sure every time he touches the ball, you hold your breath. He had one long gain of 37 yards, but after that, didn't really play a big factor in the game, finished with a little over 100 yards.
As somebody told me after the game, how many yards did Napoleon get? And I said 101. He says, boy, that's a real quiet 101 yards. And it wasn't very quiet where I was sitting because every time he touched the ball, it just scared the devil out of me. And I really believe that he's a premier back, and I think our defense did a great job containing him and not allowing him, other than the 136, 37-yard run, to break our back. And he can do it, and he's done it against a lot of very good teams. But we were able to do that and then put Washington in a must-pass situation a lot of the time. And although they executed very well and made some plays there, we also made some. We got some sacks. We got the 2 takeaways, the 2 interceptions that were obviously key pivotal plays that gave us 14 points. And without those, we'd have been in deep trouble.
All right. We'll get into the game highlights. No sense wasting any more time and getting into it. So as we take the field here, the Huskies win the toss of the coin. Oregon will receive to start the football game. John Wales to kick off. And the first couple of offensive series, a little tough going against that Washington defense. You did not have good field position for most of the game.
Well, the first half, it was atrocious. Our wedge took off a little early on Herman. We miscommunicate. We get the audible, the line does, the backs don't, and Danny ends up running himself. Comes back to pass, scrambles here, but short of a first down.
So booted away, and the Huskies take over. We see in the midst of their series, Kaufman gets a 4 and a first down. The next play we see is 2nd down and 15 after a penalty against Washington. Janoski with the catch, and he gets enough for the first down. So right away they're in good field position trying to score first. The defense comes up big. A loss of 1.
Nice job there by Reggie Jordan. We were inverting. You can see Sherman running through there at the last minute. We inverted our free safety up. He forces Napoleon inside, right back to Reggie Jordan, and Reggie gets a tackle for a loss.
This is a big play coming up here. The Huskies in field position, maybe can get a field goal, looking for more. This pass is incomplete, and offensive pass interference is called against Washington as well.
This was a big penalty on Washington. We made the play there, but we took the penalty, forcing them back into a longer yardage situation, and they pull the field goal left and miss.
So Oregon gets it back, can't move it, so here come the Huskies right again. First quarter highlights.
As bad as our field position was, theirs was outstanding most of the first half, and I think our defense did a great job keeping them to the points that they got. That's a nice play by Rich Rule in the open field. As you see this again, Kaufman swinging out. They're trying to get him the ball on a swing pass in the open field, one-on-one, and Rich Rule, junior from Roseburg, makes a nice, sure tackle to stop Napoleon from breaking a big play.
Again, you get it back, you can't move it, and Matt Belden comes in, and your defense and special teams did a good job in the first half to keep it close.
I think this is a 58 or 59-yard punt by Belden. It was so powerful it knocked the return man down.
So Washington gets it again, but this time they will end up with some points late first quarter, and this is the long run of the day by Kaufman here, and a great play by Molden to force him to the sideline and make the tackle.
It really was. Nice job by Alex keeping leverage on it and making the play to stop it from being the long touchdown. Nice play by the defense there. Again, Rich Rule, Derek Barnes in there. Watch Rich Rule. Good play by Troy Bailey stuffing it up. Rich Rule comes through the other crack and makes the tackle for no gain.
So that is the final play that we see in the first quarter. No score. Washington has the ball. Into the second quarter highlights we go. We have no score right now, but the Huskies have the ball in good field position. And on the first play of the second quarter, John Wales comes in and boots through a 35-yard field goal. And as a result, make it 38 yards, excuse me, and the Huskies score first. And now, Coach, this is a wild and wacky 3 minutes coming up.
Hey, people that like entertainment and scoring, now they're going to get their money's worth. Ricky Whittle handles the kickoff, hits it full speed, shakes one tackle, finds some open running room, got some good blocks downfield, and just couldn't quite get all the way. Had the angle on him, and he gets knocked out after an 86-yard kickoff return. On the replay, you can see Ricky handling it on about the 1 or 2 yard line, takes it up, breaks back to the left of the wedge. See, you get a good block there by Herman O'Berry. The wedge does a good job. I think Signer and Reinhardt are in there on that. And the guys are out leading them in the front. Curtis Moore got a tie-up block on the kicker, and Ricky broke out to the right, avoided one diving Husky, and number 7 comes over and knocks him out of bounds.
Tony Perry saved the touchdown, but only momentarily, as Oregon will take advantage of the field position here. Dino thought he might break that one, but Lawyer Malloy knocked him down, gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down and 5. Dino again.
Nice job on the left side of our line there. Good job by Dwayne Jones on the block, as well as Kasi Malapai pulling around the corner. You'll see Dwayne Jones right there get the block at the point of attack. Nice job by Josh Wilcox as well. And Dino comes around, gives him a little stutter move outside, sticks the ball across inside the pylon for the touchdown.
So Matt Belden tacks on the extra point, and you've got the lead 7-3. And then you do a nice job on the kickoff return here as well.
It's called opportunistic offense, Todd. Kickoff coverage, we kick it high, relatively short into the wind, but nice coverage. Brian Collins down there for the big hit. Sheehy, number 1 for Washington, handles it. The timing is off because the kick was so high and short, and Brian Collins is there to make the stop.
1st and 10 for Washington at their own 23. Kaufman, no room there. Gain of 1, and then a big play on 2nd and 9. Alex Molden. It looked like he caught the last half of the ball there.
Just couldn't quite keep his balance, or he had a touchdown. Did a great job in zone defense. Reads the 3-step drop by the quarterback and then breaks on the ball, and what a nice play by Alex. I'm just so happy to see him recover from the tough season he had last year and have a healthy year this year. Screen pass comes to Damron Ricketts, up and over the top, down to the 2-yard line.
That's a gain of 17.
This is a little different type of screen than we had been using. We bring our lineman out. There's Eric Reed trying to get Lawyer Malloy. Malloy went to the ground, and Ricketts dove right over the top of both of them down to about the 2-yard line.
1st and goal. Didn't take long.
Another little wrinkle there. We had a strong set to our right and pitched the sweep and came back to the left. This is a new play for us. We put it in especially for the Huskies. And nice execution. Again, Eric Reed, 71, out leading the play, and Ricky sticks the ball across the end zone too.
So 2 opportunities inside the 20-yard line. You capitalize on both, and you have a lead, 14-3. The house is on fire, and yet the Huskies come right back. That's the way this game was.
We do a poor job on this. It's a zone defense. Kenny doesn't get a good hammer on the receiver. He's responsible for the short zone, and Jeff doesn't get over quite well enough, so the responsibility lies with both of those players in allowing that easy touchdown down the sideline.
So the Huskies right back in it. It's 14-10, and we got plenty of time left to go in the 2nd quarter. Heward rolls. It's Richard Thomas in the flat, and he gets enough for a 1st down, or close to a 1st down, I guess, after the penalty. And then Kaufman for 5, and now the Huskies look like they're about ready to take the lead.
Jeff Sherman looked like a Bronco bull rider there, just jumping on the back and trying to wrestle him down.
Strange play here. It's called a completion and then a fumble. And I'm not sure if Herman knew it was a fumble.
Herman didn't really know, I don't think, and didn't stay with it after batting it down there. And unfortunately, we don't come up with the ball, but this is a big, big play because obviously the ball is caught. You can see him, he has possession, and then Herman rips it out, and it comes out in the field of play. Herman bats it, tries to scoop it, and then he just kind of thinks, oh, well, it's no big deal. Well, Sherman's got a chance. We can't get the handle, and the Huskies come up with it. The bad news is we don't get it. The good news is at least they lost a lot of yards on it, and now we get the sack, which forces them into a definite field goal situation. Nice play by Derek Barnes, who continues to show up now that he's back and healthy as a pass rusher. He's doing a good job. You can see Derek, a young sophomore outside linebacker, come through and get the sack on Heward. Almost undressed him.
Yeah, that would have been embarrassing. So 4th and 28, and now the Huskies have to punt it. And maybe you can explain, it looked as though the guy that batted the ball was already out of bounds.
Well, he was, but so was the ball already, and it had already crossed out of bounds. That was a correct call by the officials and a good call. Here we break down bad play on our part on containment. A lot of time to throw. Herman goes back and gets there but can't break up the play. And a nice play there by Jeff Sherman breaking up the fade to Bjornsson before he can get into the end zone. Nice play there by Chad Cota and Salila Malapai. And nice coverage on Kenny Wheaton again.
That was the same play that they used later in the game, only on the opposite side of the field that he ran back for the touchdown.
Exactly.
So the field goal is good. It's 14-13. The Huskies once again get it back, but again, the defense will not permit a touchdown.
And Mark Slyman, who was injured and out for the season in the Husky game on a clip last year when he had surgery on his ankle, he came back with a vengeance and got a little reward there by sacking the quarterback.
14-13, Oregon leading Washington at halftime. Later in the program, we will be joined by Oregon quarterback Danny O'Neill, who masterminded what's now being known as The Drive here in Eugene, and he'll tell us what happened on that. But as we get ready for the 3rd quarter, an interesting period, mostly defensive, only 1 score in this quarter. Most of the scoring came in the 2nd and the 4th quarters. Huskies backed up deep in their own end of the field on the first possession. 2nd and 16 play here. Draw to Kaufman and Kenny Wheaton holding on to make the tackle. It's a 3rd and 11.
Grabbed him by the hand and pulled him down. Now Heward tries to scramble out of there, and Bryant Jackson comes off and makes the play. Number 91, kind of pinned on the line. You can see him come off and make the play there. Gets some help from Troy Bailey coming back from the outside.
With the ball in good field position, this one never got going.
We had a foul up on the exchange from center. The ball came up late. We're trying to run the option, halfback pass, and obviously failed. Run the draw play to Dino on 3rd down. Come up short, punt the ball away, and Washington has it again. Try to throw the slant, and it's incomplete.
Controversial play coming up here. The punt, and Herman will field it and then be hit, stripped of the ball. Huskies recover, but they rule that Parrish did not give Herman enough space to make the catch.
And that was a special point of emphasis by the officiating crews this year, that they were going to try to protect the punt returners and make sure that if there's any doubt, to keep people away for the 2 yards. It was obviously a big break for us.
So a gain of 7 by Ricky Whittle. Then Ricky gets a couple of more and gets enough for a 1st down. The next play we see is a 2nd and 14.
Screen pass to Damon Griffin. Same hurdle move that you saw Ricketts used, and he picks up a big 1st down for us. This is the new version of the widescreen we put in this week. And we get a good block by Eric Reed downfield again. We have to hurdle Eric Reed, and Damon, a tough, true freshman, takes it up there, hangs onto the ball, gets a lot of bodies flying around and people trying to strip it out. Nice job by Damon.
Oh, and this was an almost play here. Danny lofts it up, and Patrick Johnson unable to make the catch in the end zone.
That's too bad. It's the first time in a game that he hasn't made the catch that he had an opportunity to make. And it was a big one.
And David Cottrell getting his 1st career reception.
That was allowed to be caught because the ball was deflected by a defensive player. And Belden comes in, his 1st field goal since he was injured at Washington State, and he converts what they call officially 45, sure looked like 46 to me.
His 1st field goal in 3 weeks, as a matter of fact. So now it's 17-13. Boy, this could have been a huge play. The bobbled snap. Jeff Prince takes off, stumbles, but he gets the 1st down.
Knocked out by Jeff Allen. We didn't do a very good job being alert in that situation. We had a return on, but you could see we had people upfield. Kenny Wheaton, again, making the tackle.
He had 9 tackles on the day to go along with that interception. But your defense, as it has done all year long, it seems, stops when something bad happens.
Well, we seem to be able to rise to the occasion, Todd, and make plays. That was a close one there to Bjornson. He had his hands on it, but it hit the turf before he could secure it and bounced out. Now Danny throws complete to Dameron Ricketts, who caught 5 passes. Some of them will be a little bigger later in the game. This one, again, this is a play we used out of our own end zone on the 1st play of the drive in the 4th quarter. And same result. Dameron catches it. He spins outside. In the 4th quarter, he'll spin that one inside.
So that is the final play that we see in the 3rd quarter. Oregon with the lead, 17-13. Well, here we go into the 4th quarter. It's exciting, and it is not decided until the very end. As we pick up the action, Oregon has had to punt the ball. Washington gets it back, and Napoleon Kaufman still looking for some room to run.
Run the little draw delay play there, and Rich Rule played an outstanding football game, made a lot of key tackles, is in there for the tackle for a loss. There he is again, along with Chad Cota.
So 3rd and 10.
Oh, we got tackled there. They did call holding on this, and unfortunately they called us for defensive holding on the same play, which nullified it and gave him 3rd down all over again. Mark Schmidt, this is the one that you had alluded to earlier.
Mark Slyman?
Mark Slyman, I'm sorry. He gets the sack, which would have been a 2nd on the day, but the play was nullified, unfortunately.
Washington has to boot it away. The Ducks get it back, and this is very unfortunate. The ball hits off of Dwayne Jones's shoulder pad. Reggie Reeser's there with the interception, the fumble, but the ball comes back to where the fumble took place, and the Huskies are in great field position at the 29, and they take advantage. Mark Bruner, their big tight end.
Big tight end makes the catch for the first down. Now Kaufman tries to take it inside, nowhere to go. See on the replay, again, we're playing good gap control defense inside. Rich Rules there, Jeremy Asher. Just nice job by the interior of our defense. And bingo, we've got a defense call that we think will stop that, and he breaks it back to the other side and gets the touchdown. Ironically, that's basically about the same play we used to take the go-ahead touchdown on our next drive.
So with the point after, kind of in a little shock here. You got a 15-yard penalty on the extra point. That means that the Huskies kick off from the 50. Bad break here. Patrick Johnson slips, so they mark it at the 2.
Big play. That was a nice kick by Washington, and we didn't handle it very well. We come out throwing on first down, play action pass. Ricketts wide open. This one he takes up inside and adds some good running yards to the catch. But look at the protection Danny gets here. Nice fake over the ball. Excellent pass protection. And Danny throws a bullet right in there to Damron, and Damron takes it up inside and adds about 15 yards after the catch to get us out of the shadow of our own end zone, and I think breathe a lot of confidence into the offensive football team.
So on a 3rd and 8, this is a drive of third down conversions for Oregon. Patrick Johnson with the first down.
Big play here. Again, nice protection and a good route, but a perfect throw to the sideline to Pat Johnson for the first down.
Now you come the other way. It's Ricketts again. Not only makes the catch, but tacks on about an extra 10 yards to boot.
He's a tough guy, and he's running hard. Same play we threw out of the end zone, only this time we're coming back to our left. Danny gets great protection again and throws a bullet in again. Perfect throw to Ricketts. And Ricketts just isn't going to be denied, and he picks up 10 more yards.
Then a 3rd and 8 play.
Danny back to throw, doesn't see anybody open, sees a big opening, scrambles. Key play there, sticking that football out just like our backs did trying to get into the end zone. That reach by Danny with the ball got us the first down by about 1.5 inches. He sees it, ball's extended. Nice job by Danny being alert to where the first down marker was.
Now the offensive line and the backs take care of it from here.
Almost a big play there. I thought Ricky was going to break that. And now we run an audible play. It could be an outside option. Danny sees it stacked outside, gives it to Dwayne Jones inside. And Dwayne, big fella, plows through, kicks the leg high, dives, extends the ball over the end zone for the touch.
So now with the extra point, the house is really rocking. With 2.5 minutes to play, 2:40 to be exact, 24-20. That means Washington must get a touchdown to regain the lead. And they come up with a good drive here and a couple of key conversions.
Missed sack opportunity there that turns into a big play. We actually had Heward in our grasp, and he broke out of it, completed it to Bjornsson, and gets a big gain. And now he goes back and throws again, broken up very nicely there by Isaac Walker, and almost intercepted by Herman O'Berry.
4th and 10. If you get a stop, you win the game. Instead, Bjornsson with the reception and a first down.
And we were double covering Bjornsson on that play, and did not do a very good job of it, unfortunately.
This one into the end zone, incomplete. A little nervous at this point?
Never. And now Heward on 3rd and 10 scrambles for the first down. So we've let him off the hook 2 times. It doesn't look great. Heward back to throw, trying to throw a screen here. We cover the back, it's Kaufman, and he throws it away, avoiding the sack.
2nd and 10, they go to Bruner, and taking a page out of your back's book, Extends for the first down.
Stands for the first down. 1st and 8 at the 8. Bingo.
Kenny Wheaton with the interception. And not only does he get the pick, but he adds points. 97-yard interception for the touchdown. That is the second longest in Oregon history, and undeniably our play of the day.
And 15 yards on the kickoff, unfortunately. We over-celebrated on that. But it was, as you mentioned, Todd, it was the same play that he had broken up earlier in the game over on the right side, only this time they're set up left. They have the receiver here, 19 in the slot. Bjornsson's out wide here. Heward drops back to throw. Kenny Wheaton, number 20, is right here. And as he said, he kind of anticipated they were going to run the out. And as he broke out, he just drove in front, and Heward delivered the ball, and Kenny made a clean pick, and off he went. The interesting part is when he got down here, I was just hoping he'd fall down and we could run out the clock, but he made the cut back across to fake Heward out and go in for a 97-yard touchdown that goes into the record books at the University of Oregon. I think is second or third longest in school history.
Tied for second. Well, here it is again. See Wheaton at the top of the screen. Janoski runs the out. And there he goes.
You can see him right here. He'll make the definitive cut right there, plants the outside foot, and here he comes. And Heward just kind of, I don't know, he was injured a little bit, but he pulled up on that one. And Kenny's got clear sailing, and I've never seen so many ducks in the end zone celebrating it. I think there might have been a few students in there, too. I don't know. It got a little...
There were some security personnel,
yeah,
and some concessionaires,
yeah.
I think.
But Belden calmly comes in after all of that excitement and converts the extra point to give us an 11-point lead.
So there's less than a minute to go, and the Tossy shuffle, I guess.
Oh, my goodness.
And you get one last sack. Derek Barnes puts him down, his second sack of the day.
Nice job by Derek coming off. Gets the good arm under move, and Heward tries to step up, and he's sacked for the loss.
So that does it, and look out. Here they all come. Well, coming up next for the Ducks, another real test at home against the Arizona Wildcats. They are the only undefeated team remaining in the conference. Yesterday, they defeated UCLA 34-24. Well, it's a big game. You're right in the middle of the thick of the things. If you defeat Arizona, then everybody's got at least one conference loss.
4-1 would be very nice at this time next week.
Well, we'll see what happens, and we will have all the highlights next week. For the coach, I'm Todd McKim. Thanks for joining us.
The Rich Brooks Show is a production of the Oregon Sports Network.